Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, January 3rd, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. I will start with this one. I think we can get a few things mentioned here. It was about 6 or 7 weeks ago that we settled above this 2-year channel top. Bear in mind, this is a weekly bar chart. It says candle chart, but it's not a candle chart, it's a bar chart. 2-year structure at 340.63. We settled above it. I'm not counting the bars, but I think it was about 7 weeks ago. That set off at the time I mentioned a 3 to 5 month buy signal, 503.15, a 5-year channel top. It was about 3 to 5 weeks later that we came close to reaching it, didn't actually reach it, and we've since fallen away. There was a meaningful sell signal on the way down that played out earlier this week. It's hard to believe, but it really was. Was it Monday, Tuesday? Yeah, it was Monday of this week that we opened below and closed below these steeply rising channel structures, now in the mid 440s. We're not going to see this today. I don't think we're going to see it for the next 3 to 5 days, but this is the sell signal that played out on Monday of this week that anticipates a return to 340.63 as an objective. Now, we also have 417.64, the low of the high that I'll get to in a moment. And in fact, let's jump into the day charts right now. There's a few things I need to mention. One is that we've got this descending channel bottom that we broke below, even settled just below on Thursday. I still think it offers a decent intraday pivot point possibility. If we happen to break, I shouldn't say break, I should just say, well, yeah, break. We're at 3, we're right there right now. I mean, if we have an unchanged open, we actually open just above it. If we open a little lower on the day, we clearly open below it. I'll let you play it as you see fit. If we open above 378.24, does it allow, I guess I'm asking the question, does it allow 417.64 today? That is the low of the high on that weekly chart. I think well suited to contain daily buying pressures. By one measure, closing below the low of the high on the weekly chart is a sell signal in and of itself. But we had an early lead on that sell signal. The sell signal we've used earlier in the week obviously was the settlement on Monday below the mid 440s. But back to this chart. I don't know if we'll see 417.64 or not. I will mention that yesterday's high, 392.72, is a minor point you can see here. And also the gap, the low from Tuesday of this week is 402.54. We don't note these on the chart itself. We might have, but, I think that if we push through 402.54, in other words, if we close the gap from the Tuesday low, then I think we can run up to that 417, 417.64 low of the high. So you can actually see it on this chart pretty well. If we happen to push through Tuesday's low, in other words, if we close the gap, I do think 417.64 is not out of the question as a possible intraday target. That would be a wild day, but still it's possible. And that kind of covers the upside. Now, downside, if we open, at or below 378.24, that will keep, this old area here at 361.93 in reach, which we also have as an intraday support. That is the high that was put out in November that lasted for about a week and a half before we took it out, and it can give the market trouble on the way down. 378.24, 361.93, these are the local levels that I don't anticipate containing daily activity, but can contain intraday activity. Now, the emphasis remains anticipating 340.63. Don't forget that. That came into play Monday of this week, a 2 to 3 week sell signal. We're 2 to 3 days into it and probably 60-70% of the way down to reaching our objective. If I'm just going to say close today below 361.93, then on Monday, Tuesday of next week, we reach our near-term 2 to 3 week target at 340.63, where we could bottom out through January, possibly the entire first quarter, and round up again into the 503.15 region within 3 to 5 months or so of testing 340.63. Let's cover the upside one more time. We're not going to see this area today see, but there is a new descending channel top at 435.96 that we have as just a minor point. We're not going to see that today. We might see 417.64. I've already sort of outlined that. 417.64 is the low of the high. It's also very close to that 414.49 November 21 high. And so I do like 417.64 as a very tradable level unto itself. I don't know if we'll see it today. We could, and if we do, it is a solid area that if you're long to take profits, and if you're not positioned and you're looking to set a short as we move into next week, 417.64 is your level, because I don't know if we'll see the 440s again anytime soon. We might see 417.64, 340.63 remaining a 2 to 3 week target following that settlement Monday below 444.45, or the channel structure that is 444.45. My goodness. So I do want to talk about this 435.96 descending channel top, because I do think that could be, and we're not going to see it today, but as we move into later next week, it is dropping gradually. And if this market stabilizes and turns higher, I think this will be our upward pivot point as we move into later January. Yes, we're still going to look at the mid 440s and climbing as a tradable area, but it'll probably reduce from 4 stars to like a session containment area in deference to 435.96 as an upward pivot point. I don't want to go that far right now because I don't think we're going to see 435.96 today, but we could rally today potentially. And if we do, 417.64 can contain daily buying pressures over the next few days. 435.96 converges with 417.64 anyway, beefing it up as a significant overhead resistance area that below which we expect 340.63. Once again, if we close today below 361.93, 340.63, our 2 to 3 week target is likely realized Monday, Tuesday of next week. Upside, I do have 378.24, but it's really right in the immediate vicinity. And if we open above it, it actually allows this market to recover. The question is, how far upward can we recover? Can we get all the way back to 417.64? I have my doubts, but it is certainly possible. And I will say likely if we push through Tuesday's low of 402.54. So we could have labeled these. We didn't. We erred. Sorry about that. But it is what it is. And I am going to leave that alone. Please click like, share, subscribe. I'll be back, of course, Sunday afternoon with Monday's Tesla report. And you have a great weekend.